हेलो, मैं राजेश कुमार यादव, डाइट रजलामी फर्रुखाबाद। आज डीएलएड फोर्थ सेमेस्टर में प्रशिक्षणरत डाइट में समस्त प्रशिक्षुओं का स्वागत करता हूँ। विषय अंग्रेजी में मैंने आज जो टॉपिक लिया है वो है डिफरेंट मेथड्स एंड अप्रोचेज ऑफ टीचिंग इंग्लिश। व्हाट इज़ द मीनिंग of the different between methods and approaches. In this I want to say that a method means different things of different people. It is an overall plan based on some approaches. It determines that what and how much is to be taught. The approach is a broader terms and method. It is a study of self-evident truths. Approach deals with assumption and method is a procedure based on some assumptions. Within one approach, there can be many methods. In this topic, I have taken fifth points. The first one is grammar translation method. The second one is direct method. The third is structural approach. And the fourth, situational approach. And the last one is communicative approach. The translation cum grammar method means this method is often called the translation method. It is also called the classical method. It came in India with Britishers. It is the oldest method of the teaching English in India and is widely practiced throughout the country. The principle of the translation cum grammar method is the first one is translation interprets the words, the phrases of the foreign languages in the best possible manner. The second, the foreign phraseology is best assimilated in the process of the interpretation. The third one is the structure of the foreign language are best learned when compared and contrasted with those of the mother tongue. The second advantage of this method. The first one is this method saves teachers labor. It is convenient and easily for the teacher to make their pupils understand the English language. The second one is the unit of teaching is a word and not a sentence. The third one is it saves time, therefore it is economical. The fourth one is translation from the foreign language into the mother tongue enable to learners to develop their vocabulary very rapidly. The fifth is it is a convenient for the teacher because material add is not needed. The sixth one is this method can be easily used even in the required of the classrooms. The disadvantage of this method. The first one is it lays emphasis on reading alone, speech is neglected, the students are not provided practice in oral work, it does not teach correct pronunciation, intonation and articulation, idioms and phrases in the English language cannot be translated into the mother tongue without listening their correct meaning. Literal translation ruins the sense and the beauty of the sentence. This method is dull and mechanical. The learner is a passive recipient of knowledge. Translation, therefore, translation interferes instead of facilitating in the process of thinking in the second language. A living language cannot be taught through the translation method. The second point in this method has been taken the direct method. The direct method means of teaching a foreign language came as a reaction against the translation cum grammar method. It is also called the natural method. The main aim of this method is to establish a bond or a link between the taught experience and language. It aims at teaching English directly. It helps in creating the ability to think and speak in foreign language with good pronunciation. The principle of direct method. In this In the initial state, it lays emphasis purely on oral work. The teacher helped children to build up good speech habits. Good speech habits are the basis of good writing habits. This is to say, so far as possible, the mother tongue is not used in an English lesson. The learner are taught new words or by actually showing them objects for which the stand for a performing the actions, and the direct method does not stress upon the necessity of the technique formal grammar in the beginning thoughts it holds that is has to be taken up at a larger stage. The sentence is the unit of speech. In the direct method of teaching is started with the teaching of sentences and not individual words. The advantage of the direct method. The direct method teacher teaches the English language in the same way which the child learned his own mother tongue. The language the taught through demonstration and conversation. Disadvantages of the direct method. Disadvantages of this method are as the direct method is not a complete method as it lays more emphasis on speech training. Other aspects of reading, writing act do not receiving much attention, so the pupils who speak English fluently commit many spellings and grammatical mistakes in the writing. Only smart and active teachers and smart and active pupils can teach and learn respectively through this method. The third point is the structural approach. The structural approach is also known as a new approach or oral approach. This approach is the outcome of the extensive research works conducted on the subject. Some believe that it is only a method of presentation of the selected and the graded material. It is concerned with how to teach. It is not concerned with what to teach. An approach is a matter of principle derived from a critical study of the nature of language, and a method is a body of techniques. The fourth one is structural approach. Structural approach means structural approach means is that the situation approach that the structures should be carefully graded. Each structure should be repeatedly taught many times with different words. Sufficient practice should be given in respect of each structure before the next is studied. Importance is given to the students' activity rather than the activity of the teacher. Importance is given to the speech work as in the mind of the pupil. It is the necessary means of the affixing formally the groundwork done by the teacher. The merits of the structural approach. The structural approach can be effectively adopted at all stages with a well selected and well graded program. Through this approach, an appropriate environment is created for learning. It emphasizes more on speech. Languages cannot be separated from sound. These merits of structural approach. It is suitably only for the lower classes. Only well selected sentences patterns are taught through this approach. It is really successful in overcrowded classrooms. Very few teachers are trained on the lines of the approaches. The last one and the fourth is situational approach. The situational approach in it situational approach indicates as to how a teacher should create a real situation in a classroom. Now the question that arises is how these real situations can be created in the classroom. A particular situation may be created in the classroom by use of maps, pictures, various object actions, or by drawing on the blackboard. The approach tries to teach English in the same manner as the child learns his mother tongue.